I'm sure you all know this. You see great odds in the evening, plan to place your bets in the morning, and surprise, the odds are dropped. Annoying, right? But have you ever wondered why this happens? What makes a bookmaker suddenly change their odds? Is it coincidence or perhaps a planned strategy? In today's material, we will uncover all the secrets behind odds movements. And believe me, some of these reasons will really surprise you. The first and most obvious reason: changes in team news. Imagine that a bookmaker sets odds of 2.0 on a Manchester City win. Everything's fine, but suddenly 2 hours before the match, it turns out that Erling Haaland won't play due to injury. What happens? The odds on City increase. It's simple. Without Haaland, there's less chance of a win and therefore higher odds. But it's not just injuries. Team changes, suspensions, and even information about poor form in training. All of this affects in the final odds. Bookmakers have entire teams of analysts who monitor every piece of information from the world of sports and react to it instantly. In top leagues, Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, everything is under media scrutiny. If some star sneezes, you will have information about it from Fabrizio Romano in 5 minutes. But what about lower leagues? This is where the real game begins. In the 5th tier of regional competitions, information about an injury to a key striker might only reach a narrow group of people: the coach, players, maybe a few friends. And what happens when people with inside information place huge amounts on opponents winning? The bookmaker sees it immediately. Even if they don't know why someone is placing such money, they know something's up. And what do they do then? Of course, they change the odds. This is so-called smart money effect. Bookmakers trust big, confident players more than their own analysts. Another interesting fact: external factors and, above all, weather. Let me tell you a real story from the French Open. Few years ago, Rafael Nadal, the king of clay courts, is set to play Novak Djokovic. The odds on Nadal were low, but suddenly the organizers announce we are closing the roof. And what happens? The odds on Nadal increase. Why? Because with the roof closed, the temperature on court is higher, and Nadal has a problem with excessive sweating, which at high temperature gives Djokovic an advantage. Such a small detail, yet it completely changes the odds. This shows how complex a bookmaker's work is. They have to take literally everything into account, from weather through wind direction to the condition of playing surface. Now the most important thing: market movements. It works exactly like the stock market. If thousands of people suddenly starts buying Apple shares, the price goes up. Same with bookmakers. When the masses of punters bet on one outcome, the bookmaker has to lower the odds to balance the risk. Otherwise, they could lose a fortune. But careful, here's where the trap lies. There are certain group of tipsters where someone posts information about a fixed match. People bet en masse. The odds drop and the match ends completely differently. It's manipulation. Someone deliberately spreads rumors to lower the odds on the team and rise them on the other, the one they actually want to bet on. That's why odds dropping sites can be helpful, but don't treat them as a gospel. And the final piece of the puzzle: competition. Bookmakers watch each other. If one top bookmaker lowers the odds on a Real Madrid match, the others see it too and may do the same. Why? Because no bookmaker wants to be the fool who's offering much higher odds than the rest of the market. That would mean they have probably missed some important information. Odds drops aren't magic or a conspiracy against you. It's simply a market mechanism, a reaction to information, money, and competition. What does this mean for punters? First, if you see good odds, don't wait. Tomorrow they might be gone. Second, be critical of sudden drops in lesser known leagues. It's not always insider info. Sometimes it's just manipulation. And third, compare odds between bookmakers. The differences can be significant.